form factors of mobile. Smaller mobiles, bigger mobiles which have more resolution, less resolution, two different orientations within the same mobile. So in the landscape view, you have more length versus width. In the portrait view, you have more width versus length. Right? So how do you make sure that your automated scripts, your test automation solution framework also caters for layout issues in your automated tests? Well, there are some tools available in the market using which you can do this. There is a tool called Browsera. It is a browser-based tool. You give it a URL and it shows you the differences in the layout of the application on different browser versions, Firefox or IE or Chrome, and not just that, but on different resolutions as well. Then you have Phantom CSS and Rate. They are JavaScript-based libraries which you can code, which essentially do layout validation, but only for static URLs. For dynamic URLs, the rich internet application that you are testing nowadays, that we are building nowadays and we are testing nowadays, you will see that the UI is driven through the experience workflow. It's a single page, you perform a login, the URL does not change, the page remains the same, but the element on the page changes. When you perform another action, and in response to that action, the user action, the UI changes again, but the URL remains the same. So if you're trying to test this kind of a rich internet application using a static URL-based tool, it will not work because it is not the case. DOM keeps on changing depending on the functionality, depending on the experience. So how do you make sure that your existing automation code, which you're already using to drive the workflow of the application, you can use the same code to also do layout testing? Well, we have been able to do that by integrating a couple of more tools inside our existing created framework. We used a tool called Galen. It is a scriptable CSS and UI validation tool. So it can validate all your CSS at runtime. So you drive the application workflow through your automated scripts, through Selenium, and then at any instance in the workflow, you say, this is the place where I want to check that the layout of the application is proper or not, whether this button is appearing in the right position or not. You can do that using the integration that we have done of Galen in our framework. Let me show you a demo of that. So I'm going to run the same script, but this time this script